Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Jers here. So today I'm here with my not multi-level, but level select um, water elevator. This design is better than the multi-level ones because with the multi-level ones, like the jukebox one, or sorry, the what's it called? Note block one. You have to press the note block to get through each level. So each level you'll stop. You have to press the note block. So if you're gonna have many levels, this is a way better design, and it's really, really simple. Doesn't look simple, but it really is. It really just uses water elevators taking items up. So let's try it out right now. So what we're going to start doing, let's get rid of these. So all we're going to do to start is, let's say we want to go to floor 4. Just click floor 4, go on up the elevator, and then that piston extends and stops us, and we can go right out. And then once we're up here, if we're waiting for our buddies to come up, we just wait for them. And once we're done, if we want to keep going up or something like that, we just grab the item by going into the corner here, grab it off that pressure plate, and then we can continue up. All right, let's go back down. So let's say now that we want to go to floor 2, press that button, cruise on up here, bam. Oop. Then we can just exit, and again, we can grab the block out. So let's say you want to go to multiple floors because you want to go to your storage room and then you want to go to your enchanting room or something like that. So let's say those are on floor 2 and 3. You should press both buttons. And then you'll start out on floor 2. Do whatever you need to do here. Grab the block out and then you can proceed to floor 3. Kind of a cool feature of this. Then you can do your enchanting up here or whatever. And then if you want to go on the top, you just grab the block back out, or the item back out, and you go to the top. Gotta love rain. Alright, so if we go back down here, I'll show you guys how it works. So pretty much what it does is when you hit one of these buttons, it's going to go into this repeater, and then it's going to go into this dropper. And if you hit the second button, obviously it's going to go into this repeater, that block, and then that dropper. So what the dropper is doing is it's putting an item into this upward item stream, and it's going to, so let's hit button 2, lights up the repeater, shoots out a block. So you're just going to fill this with cobblestone or whatever random block you have. At some point you might have to add more blocks if you, like, I mean, you can go to a floor 570 something times before you'll have to refill it. And so it'll go up this water stream, and then it'll get pushed by this sideways flowing water stream onto the pressure plate, which is hooked up to this piston. So the piston will extend and push. Right now it's pushing a glass block in the way of the water stream, so you can't go up any further. And then when you're done with it, you just grab the block, which retracts the piston. And so normally the glass block would remove the still standing water, or the water source block, and then you would get stuck in your elevator every time you tried to go up. But as you can see, we can continue going up, and the reason for this is that there's a water source block on either side of the center block. So even though the water source block is being removed in the center, since there's a water source block on either side of it, it gets replaced. So that's pretty much how it works. Also, I do want to note that if you didn't want to use these droppers, if you didn't have a whole lot of redstone or something like that, you could just throw items into the upward stream, and it would work the same exact way. But yeah, really simple design. I'm going to show you guys how to build it. It's the best design I've seen so far, honestly. For like, there's not one that lets you select the floors that you want to go to down at the bottom. Additionally, if you want to set buttons up here too to select higher up floors, so you're on floor 2 now, let's say you want to have a selector for floor 3 and 4 or something like that, you could set up more droppers that dispenses into the correct water stream going up, and that would allow you to select floors when you're not at the bottom. But for the most part, since you could just drop back down very quickly and select your floor again, I don't think there's really too much of a use case for that. All right, let's get into building this. First, we're going to just build one of the normal elevators in case you guys don't know how to make it. One of the normal water elevators. So you're going to need signs, soul sand, water bucket, kelp, and then some random block. All right, so we're just going to grab these out. And so we're just going to make a shaft. So you can see this is just like a hole in the ground, one by one. And then you're going to figure out where you want to enter. Let's say we want to enter right here. We're going to destroy these 2 blocks, put a couple blocks next to it, put a sign on either of these, and this is going to hold the water in from flowing out. Go to the top, place a water bucket at the very top block is where you want that source. And then you're going to take kelp, just plant a couple here, and then you're just going to swim up the water stream, holding down right click the entire time. And so this is just placing kelp and making the flowing water into water source blocks. It's the beauty of kelp. You just remove the kelp, remove that bottom block, chuck in some soul sand, and now we have our water elevator. All right, let's get into the more complex, the actual level selector. So first we're going to do the top. So for the top, this is all you're going to need. You're going to need one piston, one sticky piston, I'm sorry, one water bucket, actually multiple water buckets, I'm sorry. So you probably want to make a source or an infinity pool, some redstone dust, an oak pressure plate, and a random block. And so you're going to need one pressure plate per level that you want to be able to stop on. Same with the sticky piston and redstone. You'll just need less than a stack. I don't know. It depends how many levels you make. All right, so we already have the water elevator built here. So you see this is where we enter. Up here, this is the second floor. So we want to be able to get out on this floor. And this is the third floor. We want to be able to get out on this floor. And then the top floor, obviously, you just select no button. So this is going to be, I guess, a 2-stop, 3-level water elevator. So we're going to go and start putting in these pistons. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to look where our head would be when we're exiting. So it'd be right here. So you're going to go 1 block up, and this is where the piston's going to go in. And so if you look, we're 1 block above where your head would be, which is right here. So this is the block that's going to get pushed into the water stream. So you're probably going to want that block to be whatever your shaft is made out of. So just place a block right below that. It'd be on your head space if you were exiting the elevator. Take a sticky piston and point it into that block that's going to get pushed in. You can remove that one behind. All right, and then we're just going to so now we got to make the 2 water source blocks side by side. So we're going to make one on the same level as the piston on either side here. So the way we're going to do that, we're just going to put a couple blocks down, remove this block here, place a source block in that spot, and then clog up the hole so it's not going everywhere. We're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Remove that block, place the source, clog up the hole, and bam. So now we got that part done. Now we're just going to go to the next level and do the exact same thing. So again, 1 block above our head, which would be right here. Put a block out so that we can place a sticky piston. Go ahead and remove that block. And now we're going to make our source blocks here. One right here. Clog it up. Ooh, did we place it in? Oh yeah, we did. Okay. And then 1 source block here. Source block of water. Clog it up. So water's not going everywhere. Make sure you're protecting your redstone if you have any redstone down there. Just enclose it or something like that. All right, and that's pretty much it for the upper part. Now to do the lower part, what we're going to do is we're just going to make our interface here. So just put 3 by 2 blocks here, and you're going to take a button. Oop, we should go grab the stuff for the bottom. You're going to want to keep the redstone dust in your inventory, but everything else you can get rid of except for the normal blocks. So you're going to need some oak signs, pressure plates, redstone repeaters, droppers, water buckets, kelp, buttons, and a normal block. Oh yeah, we still haven't used the pressure plate, so we still will need those. All right, so you're going to take the buttons and you're just going to put them on this top here We're going to space it 1 apart. That's the easiest way to do it. Then you can just make it all look the same. So we're going to make a line of blocks behind here. So you can see it's right behind the buttons. And then we're going to have the buttons going into a repeater each. And then we're going to make another line of blocks. Then we're going to do the dropper. It's going to be pointing the opposite direction as the repeaters. Okay, and so now this is pretty much set up, so you can chuck some blocks in here or some items, whatever you want to do, and you can test it. So when we hit this button, lights up the repeater, hits the dropper, shoots out an item. Let's test the other one. Lights up the repeater, hits the dropper, spits out an item. All right, so we're good to go on that. And so now we're just going to make a shaft all the way up. We're going to go ahead and use glass, just so we can see what we're doing, but you can make it out of any block. All right, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to decide which button you want going where. All right, buddy, you want to get out of here? Thank you. Okay, so this button, let's say we want it to be floor 2 if we're on floor 1 right now, and then this button we're going to say floor 3, and our buttons are right there. You can't really see it too well. And so floor 2 is going to be this floor. So we're going to want this dropper dropping an item into a water stream going upwards. That's going to meet up with that floor. So just go ahead and make another shaft. Oops. Okay, once you have that shaft, then you're going to go out 1, put a block there, put a block here, and on the other side. Okay, so now you're going to take normal blocks. You're going to leave this hole open here. So just past the hole, you're going to do that. We can widen out this platform a little bit. And then the oak pressure plate, or it has to be a wood pressure plate, so any type of wood pressure plate. Okay, and then once you're done with that, you're just going to make a line of blocks here and here because the water's going to be flowing this way. So now you're going to make your item elevator in this hole here. So you're going to want to put a water bucket up top. It's going to flow down, and then just go on down there. Place kelp all the way up, including the block you're standing on. Oops. And this is what happens when we forget to enclose this last side of our elevator here. So we're just going to enclose that real quick. Sorry about that. Washed away the repeaters, so we're just going to put the repeaters back. Scrub move there. Sorry, guys. Then we're going to have to go back in and see where... Okay, kelp stopped here, so we just got to make sure every block has kelp. Looks like it does now, so now we can go back down, remove the kelp, and then we're going to place a block of soul sand. Wow, I spaced that for a second. Place a block of soul sand instead of this block, so remove this block. Place soul sand. Now I'll shoot us up. Perfect, that's exactly what we wanted to do. Then you're going to take a solid block, place it on this top one here. Take some water, run it over. It should hit the pressure plate. Remove that block. And then this is very important. You want to replace the water source block. So you're just going to take a bucket of water, look at this block here, replace it. Otherwise, your items will get stuck. Then we're just going to want to enclose this so that the items don't go everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and place the block right here. So this is where we'll grab out the block to open the elevator back up so we can go up further. All right, once we're done with that, we just want to wire this piston. So you can see the pressure plates right here. Remove this block. We're just going to have to run a line up to that piston. So that's easy enough. We just make a redstone line. Doesn't really matter how you do it. You just got to get the wiring to go there. You could put, like, I mean, this is simple enough where you guys can really make it your own. It's a relatively easy build, which is why I like it so much. So now we should be all set. We can go down and test it. So we hit floor 2. We saw the item go up. And now we can push out on floor 2. We can remove it. Go up to the higher floors. All right, now let's wire the next floor. Or not wire it, but make the water stream for it. So we're not going to forget this time, but we're just going to make a shaft here. And this time we have to go all the way up to the next level, because this is where we want it, or this is where we want the button to go. Or I guess this is the floor that we want the button to coincide with. All right. Push it all the way up here. And then right here, we're not going to forget this one this time. Almost there. Bam. All right. Now put a bucket of water on top. Load on down there. And we're going to kelpify it. Holding on right click. All right. Kelp is good. Swim back down there. Remove the kelp. Remove the block below our feet. Put a block of soul sand. And bam-o, we have the next elevator. Alright, so now we're just going to do the exact same thing we did last time. Build out a couple blocks here. Perfect. Gonna want to place these. That could have been glass, I think. That would have been okay. But, and then we're going to make our stream for our water. Pressure plate there. Block up the water on the top level. Hope we went one too far. It wouldn't matter, honestly, either way. But and then remove the block, and very important, put the water source block back. All right, so now we should be good on that front. We just got to cover it up. Let's build out this platform one more, just so we have space here. Do that with glass so we can see what's going on. All right, and then now you can grab the block from there. God, this weather is annoying me. I need to work in a different a different map. Okay, bud. Yeah, no. All right, so now we can go ahead and try it out. Let's cruise over here to the front. So let's do both of them right now, just to make sure they both work. All right, we get out on on our second floor, grab the item. Now we should end up on the, we did not wire the piston. Easy enough, just remove that block. And then just get that wiring to that piston any way you can, doesn't really matter. That should do it. And remember, if you're going to go a long ways, you're going to need a repeater, because redstone only travels, I don't know how many, 12 blocks, 9 blocks or something like that. All right, now let's try this one more time. So we're going to try floor 3. Oop. Block this off. Cool. So now we're on floor 3. Let's try them in tandem again just to make sure. Floor 2 and floor 3. Bam. Grab the block, go to the next floor. Bam. Good to go. And now we can go to the top. Alright, and that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's relatively compact. You can make it even more compact too. You can do it diagonally, and also you can put the button in the center like I did here. All I did is add an extra repeater, put a block, and then the dropper. That way the lines don't cross. You probably use observers or something like that too. I don't know how though. I don't know too much about observers. And that's pretty much it. I do want to note one thing. On our 3-story one here, this, on the second level, the water comes out at kind of a bad spot. It's not as close as the other two, and so it takes a little bit longer for it to be closed off. Jeez, there's a big old truck outside. So if you jump into the water elevator super duper quickly, you might beat the piston. Let's see if we can do it. For 3. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we beat the piston that time. And it kind of makes a mess. But yeah, so if you're going to have the item flowing a little ways, once it gets to the top of the water elevator for that floor, like see, it turns here, which whenever it turns, it really slows the item down. So it'd be way better if you built it out, the line out here. That way it went straight in. I tried to put some ice and that didn't help that much. But yeah, so if you're going to do that, make sure you don't jump in right away. Otherwise it's a little bit of a mess. That's pretty much it. And the reason I built this type of elevator or invented this type of elevator, oh yeah, is because I was trying to do it with redstone, and this is what I ended up with. Like, this works. I think I only did 1 floor. And then you go up. You have to press this button to reset it. And then you can go up. Oops. Sometimes you get stuck in the fence gate. And so this is just so clunky and huge, whereas this is way better, super cheap. You don't have to run redstone all over the place. You're literally just using water streams. It takes very little time to set up and everything, as you guys saw. And if you're trying to go to block like 200, 250, it's not going to take that much longer. You're just going to need a little bit more kelp, a longer shaft, and yeah, more water. But the kelp is what fills in the water, so that's really not resource intensive at all. You don't need to put water on every single block, which is nice. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I don't know, give me a comment below if you guys have seen other cool elevators. I want to know what's out there. I really couldn't find too much on this. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.